I am so scared to do this review right now. Ghostbusters 2016 is a reboot of the 1984 film, but this time stars an all-female cast. This film is a reboot, it's not a sequel. It acknowledges the first film in some ways, but it is an overall reboot. These are new characters, no characters are coming back. There are cameos, but it is just a new film. So as you guys probably already know, this movie is getting a lot of news regarding negativity on the internet. So many people are hating on this movie due to the first trailer that was released. As you guys know, I do trailer reactions on this channel. I did a trailer reaction to that trailer. I said it looked okay and I would give it a shot. I didn't necessarily think it was like, you know, amazing or anything like that. I thought it looked cool for what it was trying to be, a reboot of Ghostbusters or whatever. And I got so many dislikes on my trailer reaction. But you have to understand, that was the first time I was watching the trailer, and rewatching it again, I was like, okay, I see where people are coming from. This isn't really a good trailer. And since then, this movie has been getting a lot of negativity. However, people didn't see the movie yet, and they were still hating on it. Here's the thing. I'm the kind of critic who goes to see a film, and then I will give you my review or my criticism on the film and what I thought about it. And that's what I did tonight. After I filmed my review of Ghostbusters 2 this morning, I went to work, I got off work, I saw this movie at midnight, and since I saw this movie, I feel as though it's my right as a YouTube critic to give you my review of Ghostbusters 2016. So I actually saw the movie, I'm really giving you my thoughts. This is my real thoughts on Ghostbusters 2016. It's good. Guys, this movie does not deserve the amount of hate that it is getting, okay? And I just want to be completely honest with you guys. I'm giving you my full opinion of this movie. As you guys saw in my Ghostbusters 2 review, I told you I was seeing the movie tonight, and I was going to be fully honest with you guys, okay? And I'm being fully honest with you right now. I liked the movie. I really did. I didn't think it was like the most special movie out there, but I liked the movie for what it was. For it being a reboot of Ghostbusters, yeah, I think it was really good. Now, I understand why people are hating on this movie. It's a reboot. There were movies before this movie, and that's why people are not liking it. I totally understand that. We live in a society now where everything is rebooted, though. Everything. Like, a majority of the movies that we have been seeing this year have been reboots. And Sony is a major company responsible for half of the reboots in Hollywood. Look at the Spider-Man series, for example. Like, my God. And it's funny that I mentioned Spider-Man because it's gonna help me a lot with my explanation for this movie. So, back in 2010 when I heard that they were rebooting the Spider-Man series, I was furious. I loved the original Sam Raimi trilogy, and even though Spider-Man 3 was bad, I was just still really upset that they were rebooting a classic franchise. But then I was seeing all this, like, you know, different news and everything, and I saw the final product in 2012, and I liked it. I feel as though Andrew Garfield did a really good job in that film, and I liked Amazing Spider-Man as itself. However, compared to the series before that, no, I didn't like it as much as I did the original series. I thought it was a good film on its own, but compared to the original Sam Raimi trilogy, no. The Sam Raimi trilogy is awesome. Well, guess what, guys? This is that same exact scenario. The only thing wrong with this film is that there was movies before this film. This film is good by itself. I really did like it by itself, and I enjoyed the characters in this film. However, thinking about the other Ghostbusters movies, I was like, okay, like, it's good, but it's not as good as the original stuff. Nothing really beats the original, you know, movie. So yes, compared to the other films, I don't think it's as good, but as its own, I think it's good. Let's talk about the film by itself real quick. I have seen this director's work. He did Bridesmaids, and one of the things I liked about Bridesmaids is Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy in that movie, and they came back together again for this Ghostbusters movie. I enjoyed the chemistry of these two comedian actresses together, and if you like them in Bridesmaids, I think you're gonna like them in this film. However, I will admit, the majority of the comedy does not come from this duo in this film. A lot of it comes from Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones. Mostly Kate McKinnon. Leslie Jones, let's face it, you can just watch Saturday Night Live and you can know what Leslie Jones is all about. But the one eye-opening thing about this movie is Kate McKinnon. You can tell that Kate McKinnon was just so happy to be there and portraying this character. She was so in it. I really enjoyed Kate McKinnon in this film, and I think you guys are going to enjoy her as well. And I would love to see future projects from Kate McKinnon in the future regarding comedic roles. Oh my God. I also enjoyed Chris Hemsworth, even though he was kind of an idiot in this film. His character is a total idiot in this film. However, I found some comedic aspects from him, and I really enjoyed it. Is it random? Yes. It's really random that they have just like this stupid guy in the film, but it was funny. I was laughing a lot. In regards to the story and the script of Ghostbusters, it's the exact same setup as the original Ghostbusters. These scientists, They get together, they get kicked out of their university, they start this business. There's a guy being controlled by ghosts, or he's a minion. He releases all these ghosts. They have to stop the ghosts. It's the same basic setup. And it's the same problem that I have with Ghostbusters 2. However, I was expecting it with this one because obviously this is a reboot. Another way to explain the humor in this film is, it's kind of modern day humor. They're doing what they did with 21 Jump Street, whereas they took a franchise that hasn't been used in a while and they kind of did their own comedic take with it with modern day humor, and they brought it to light, I want to say. So I will admit the humor was pretty up to date for the most part. I will also have to admit that this film is trying to stand on its own, but it's not really standing on its own. There are cameos of the cast from the original Ghostbusters that appear in this film. I'm not going to mention specifically who appears in this film, but let's just say that their roles are unworthy. Like, oh my god. What? That is something that I will have to admit that I don't like about this film, is that the original cast came back and it feels like the roles that they are portraying in this film are just so unworthy, and I can't believe they agreed to do something like this. I would have much preferred them coming back as like mentors or something to this new Ghostbusters team, but instead it's completely irrelevant to the story. They're just really there so the studio can say, oh, we brought the original cast back. Yeah, this movie's important. They're supporting it. But it's just so inappropriate. Like, oh my god. Honestly, I would have preferred them not to be in this movie. Like, I'm glad that I kind of caught glimpses of them, but this is not how I wanted to see them. I did not like their roles whatsoever, and that is the one negative thing that I'm going to say about the Ghostbusters 2016 reboot, is I don't like the original cast coming back in unnecessary cameos, However, guys, I will have to say, this is not a bad film, okay? This is not a bad film. It's not an amazing film. It's just a good film. I had a good time at the theater. I thought the humor was pretty good. I didn't laugh out loud, but I was laughing. I was laughing a lot. Like I said, this film is only going to be hated because there are films before it. As a film by itself, it stands on itself partially, but not necessarily, but I enjoyed myself. However, I know for a fact that there are going to be some hardcore fanboys out there that are going to hate on this film. They really are, because of what they've done with these cameos and the original cast. It's just, you guys have to accept it. I'm sorry. This is the only time where I'm going to say it's a reboot. Guys, it's a reboot. And I understand where you guys are coming from. I was pissed when they rebooted Spider-Man. I really was. Even though Amazing Spider-Man was a good movie, there was just so many things before that were better, So I understand where you guys are coming from. I hope you guys can understand that this is just me reviewing the movie as a whole by itself. I know I mentioned a little bit about the original movies, but this movie by itself, I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining, and I would like to see more from this franchise. I would see a sequel. I'd probably buy this on Blu-ray. It was entertaining. However, which one would I watch? The first Ghostbusters or this new Ghostbusters? I would watch the first one, because the first one is a classic. But if this were to come on TV, I wouldn't change the channel and be like, oh my god, the new Ghostbusters, So yes, guys, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I really just want to be honest with you guys. But if you feel as though you have the need to kind of comment down below your thoughts, I really think you should go see the movie first, because I don't want people to just have a closed-minded opinion. I think they really should just go see the movie, and after that they can form an opinion of their own and, be somewhat intelligent, unlike these guys who are just commenting out of nowhere that this movie is terrible, even though they haven't really seen it yet. So, like I said, be a smart person, go see the film, have some background, and then come back and we can have a discussion. Thank you guys so much for checking out my review of Ghostbusters 2016, guys. I had a blast reviewing each Ghostbusters film. Thank you so much for letting me do this, and comment down below what you thought of Ghostbusters 2016 if you've seen it yet. Like the video, share it, and please subscribe to PixelTalk if you haven't yet for more movie reviews, trailer reactions, and gaming content. Thank you guys so much. I'm Corbin Stuckey. This is PixelTalk. Go easy in the comments.